Dark, disturbing ghost stories. Whaley House. Enter if you dare. The haunted halls of the Whaley House, a place where death has left its imprint and the spirits of the past refuse to rest. It was the year 1857 when Thomas Whaley built his grand home in San Diego, California. A beautiful Greek Revival mansion. It was meant to be a testament to his success, a beacon of prosperity. But from the very beginning, the land upon which it stood was tainted. Before the house was even built, it had served as the site of public executions. The most infamous was that of Yankee Jim Robinson, a convicted thief and troublemaker who met his gruesome end at the gallows in 1852. His execution was particularly cruel. Too tall for the hanging noose, his feet scraped the ground as he strangled slowly, gasping for breath. Some say his soul never left. Thomas Whaley dismissed these grim tales. He built his home over the very spot where Yankee Jim had died, believing in brick and mortar, not curses. Yet almost immediately after moving in, strange occurrences plagued the Whaley family. Heavy footsteps echoed through empty hallways, the spectral sound of boots striking wood when no one was there. Thomas himself admitted that he heard the disembodied steps and believed them to be those of the restless Yankee Jim. The Whaley family's misfortunes only worsened. A fire nearly destroyed the house. Their young son, Thomas Whaley Jr., succumbed to scarlet fever before his second birthday. 5 years later, their daughter Violet, newlywed and full of hope, suffered a tragic heartbreak when her husband abandoned her. Overcome with despair, she walked up to the second floor, pressed a gun to her chest, and pulled the trigger. Her blood soaked into the wood, her cries of agony forever embedded in the house's history. Since then, the Whaley House has been a vortex of paranormal activity. Visitors have glimpsed the shadowy figure of Yankee Jim lingering near the stairwell where he took his last breath. Others have reported seeing a sorrowful young woman, believed to be Violet, standing at the top of the stairs, her expression frozen in despair. Cold spots, sudden gusts of air, and the faint scent of gunpowder permeate the upper floors, as if replaying the tragedy over and over again. Even the Whaley family themselves are said to remain within the house's walls. The ghost of Thomas Whaley has been seen near the parlor, dressed in his fine coat, inspecting his beloved home. Anna Whaley, his wife, appears as a misty figure in the garden, watching over her doomed family. The laughter of unseen children echoes through the halls, their tiny footsteps padding across the floor. Some visitors have entered rooms only to hear whispered warnings in their ears, soft, urgent voices pleading with them to leave while they still can. Others have seen chairs move on their own, curtains shift as if someone unseen had brushed past, and doors that refuse to stay shut, creaking open as if inviting something in. One particularly chilling encounter involved a visitor who claimed to have felt an invisible hand grip their wrist so tightly that it left red marks. Another tourist, upon entering the upstairs bedroom, collapsed as if something had pushed them down. When they awoke, they were gasping for air, claiming they had heard an angry voice demanding them to leave. Paranormal investigators have captured strange light anomalies, unexplained cold drafts, and, most disturbingly, recordings of voices whispering names in the dead of night. One evening, a caretaker locking up the house reported hearing a child's giggle behind them. When they turned, they saw a fleeting shadow rush into one of the rooms. Upon investigating, the room was empty except for a doll, which had mysteriously moved from one side of the room to the other. The most terrifying legend tells of an apparition that only appears in the dead of night, a faceless figure that looms near the staircase, its body swaying as if suspended in the air. Those who have witnessed it describe an overwhelming sense of dread, as if they were being watched from beyond the veil of the living. Ghost hunters, historians, and skeptics alike have all left the Whaley House with stories to tell. The house has been declared one of the most haunted locations in the United States, its reputation cemented in the whispers of those who have dared to step inside. Today, it stands as a historic landmark, a museum by day but by night, something else entirely. Should you visit, listen carefully. Feel the temperature drop. Watch the shadows, because in the Whaley House the dead do not rest. And if you ever hear slow, heavy footsteps approaching from behind, do not turn around. Thank you for stepping into the shadows with us. If you enjoyed this chilling tale, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another story from Vale of Dark Whispers. Until next time, I hope in